It is not about having a good set of cards. Rather, it is all in how you play a bad hand. Do not rate your days on the basis of harvest, but on the basis of the seeds you have planted. Sooner or later, everyone sits to a banquet of consequences. The rule of happiness is a small amount of ego, a considerable wallet. Okay, good wine does help, but that is not exactly a secret, is it? People should not travel to reach an end point. Travel in itself is an adventure. That's what differentiates human beings from other living creatures, the ability to move. I usually have 2 books with me, one as a reading material and the other one as a writing one. Glorifying being sad is quite a relative comparison with the responsibility of being happy that people usually underestimate. Doing or being happy pours out anonymous good deeds to the world. We all are travelers through the wilderness of the world, and the only thing that we can find throughout that adventure is a sincere friend. Pour your courage out into the world while keeping your fears locked inside. Do you think dogs will be missing in heaven? I tell you, long before us any living spirit, those pets will go there. Love is always accompanied by service. Equally, love gives us. I would almost say that we are indispensable, and no man is useless while he has a friend. There are no remote places. It is the traveler who is remote. The most direct lies are those which are told tacitly. The trouble is that quiet minds are scared or confused. They simply carry on in good luck or in bad luck, at their own speed, as clocks do in the midst of a thunderstorm. If you have a friend, you are buying yourself a present. A warrior must be able to mortify curiosity and to understand it. These saints are very much the same people who are very unrepentant. Giving and loving are 2 distinct activities. However, loving someone requires giving something to them. For as long as you kept a vital part of yourself strong enough to have an opinion, rather than a world telling you what opinions you are supposed to have, and saying yes is to know what you prefer. Poetry in a bottle is wine. There are 2 things that men should never be wary of: goodness and humility. Among cold, proud, hard people, we do not get many of them. Writing is easy. What is difficult is to write what you want, exactly what you wish your reader to feel. When holding a weakness, fighting it out becomes a necessity, and sometimes you might need to lose. If your question now stands at where you are, why not tackle it head on? In life, it is so much more better to fail in style than to succeed, as our goal for the provider of life is to keep failing. Considering how intertwined the world is, we shouldn't be too surprised at how everyone is elated, as if they are royalty. The existence of life without energy and dreams does not have importance. Such life can be narrowed down to a single line: he worked all his life, never cared about anything else. Picking up shells is a much more enticing fate than being born a billionaire, that much is certain. Books indeed have value, but they're a lifeless alternative to how life actually is. I see no sense in shouting aloud. Most people living today hate me. The best lawyer, and the most inexpensive one, is knowledge of compromise. Losing hope is not the end of the world, but losing faith in yourself. This is when everything truly is finished. People die for us, and in such times moving forward, onwards, is important, for retreating back would be a crime. Death is nothing to be feared, as it will happen regardless. The main cause of the disarray is drinking rum. If that continues, the world will become a dirty place, and the wretched whiskey followed with violent acts was considered fun by many. I often wonder if knowledge unlimited would be greater cause to hope for escape. You should not spend your time with a person who does not value it. It is better to travel with optimism than to reach the destination. An objective in life is the sole reality that is worth pursuing. Any utterance in written or oral form is meaningless until it reaches a willing audience. Good and evil are so close, tied together in the spirit. To have a fear of something and still do it is what makes the most attractive kind of man. The most exhilarating excursions are not those we embark on with a specific purpose. Being hyperactive is a sign of lack of energy, while being overwrought means having a penchant for work and a strong sense of self. Paris, France is the art of being disappointed. People, as we see them, are a mixture of evil and good. Surely it is the truth which friends suppress that is the best weapon of the opponent. The devil, depend upon it, sometimes does a gentlemanly thing. Always remember that. Anyone who has attained where he finds himself now had to begin where he was once. Marriage is a legal contract of friendship. Cowardice is the chief passion, and it is courageous joy that one should temper if one wants to enjoy the greatest pleasures that life can offer. Clean conscience is 8 parts of bravery.